I remember standing in the shadowed corner of the Marlowe Grand Ballroom, feeling invisible, while my own sister's wedding unfolded like a parade of judgment right in front of me. And then it hit me, every person here assumed I'd failed, that I was nothing. But they had no idea the truth could have shaken this entire room, if I was allowed to speak, that I'm Clara Lynn. My sister, Evelyn, was about to marry a man whose family practically owned the city's skyline. And there I was, supposed to sit quietly at table 22, the back, near the kitchen doors. "Clara, there's been a change," the coordinator whispered, avoiding my gaze. "Table 6 is no longer available, you'll be at 22. I didn't need an explanation. Evelyn had made her feelings crystal clear at the rehearsal dinner. "I can't have my single sister sitting with my important guests. You just don't look successful." She didn't know, or maybe didn't care, that I wasn't unemployed. Not at all. 6 months ago, I had left a comfortable State Department role after being recruited to serve as a senior diplomatic liaison on the President's National Security Council. I handled delicate negotiations, briefed senior officials, dined at the White House, and signed NDAs so strict that they made secrecy feel like a religion. I couldn't tell a soul. Not my parents. Not Evelyn. Not even my closest friends, and yet here I was, reduced to the failed sister, tucked behind a pillar, invisible to everyone who mattered. The ceremony passed in a blur. Evelyn floated like royalty, engaging every influential guest, deliberately skimming past me. I nursed a glass of champagne, exchanging awkward smiles with distant cousins who barely knew me. And then came Charlotte, her tone dripping with false sympathy. "You must be Clara. Evelyn mentioned your situation," she said. "If you need an administrative reference, our hotels are always hiring." I forced a polite smile. "Thank you. That must be tough, being unmarried and so professionally stagnant." Her eyes flicked over me, and she moved on, leaving me to my corner. But I wasn't just sitting here. My phone buzzed relentlessly, urgent NSC messages lighting up the screen. A crisis was brewing halfway across the world. And no one would know I was the one managing it. Then came the announcement, "Please find your seats." I slid into table 22, my tablemates a mix of confused acquaintances and overlooked guests. The VIP tables glimmered in front, elevated like thrones. My family's seats were closer to the action. And me? I was in exile. 20 minutes into dinner, the music stopped. Conversations froze. My heart leapt. Two men in dark suits, earpieces glinting, scanned the room with that unmistakable aura of authority. Secret Service, and then he appeared. His stride was calm, deliberate. Alexander Reed, President Reed's son, someone I had worked with during sensitive diplomatic negotiations just weeks ago. He bypassed the VIP tables, past my parents, past Evelyn's elevated platform, straight to me. "Clara," he said warmly. "I'm sorry I'm late. Couldn't miss your sister's wedding after you invited me." The room went silent. Evelyn's face drained of color. My mother froze. Even Charlotte's mouth fell open. This is your table?" he asked, glancing at 22. "Yes," I said quietly. Alexander smiled at me. "Then this is where I'll stay. You invited me." Every assumption, every whispered insult, every glance of pity evaporated in that moment. Evelyn stammered, "But Clara, your family." "You should." "Yes, I am family," Alexander interrupted softly, but firmly, "and family chooses where to sit." The whispers began. The National Security Council. 6 months of secret work. Coordinating international diplomacy. Briefing the president personally. Evelyn's carefully curated image, her important guest seating plan, all undone by a quiet truth she never asked about, and just like that, my world shifted. The sister they'd underestimated had just commanded the attention of everyone in the room, not through flash or privilege, but through competence, dedication, and silence that spoke louder than any social climbing ever could. The rest of the evening was surreal. VIPs now approached me, hoping for conversation. Evelyn and her new husband smiled tightly, realizing the truth too late. My mother whispered apologies, finally understanding that I left the reception early with Alexander, Secret Service sweeping us out a side entrance. In the car, I said, "I'm sorry about the chaos." "Not your fault," he said. Sometimes people need to learn that success isn't always loud. And it isn't always visible. Sometimes, it sits quietly in the back corner, until it matters the most. And he was right. Table 22 became a legend in political circles, a reminder that real power isn't in the spotlight. It's in the work, the discretion, and the moments no one sees coming. That day, I realized, it doesn't matter where they put you. What matters is what you do with the seat you're given.